The NFL is set to release its schedule on Thursday. And in this video, I want to just give what my personal dream schedule would look like. Keep in mind, this is not a prediction video for what the schedule would look like. This is what I personally want the schedule to look like. And this isn't a record prediction or anything like that. This is just strictly what I want the Lions' schedule to look like. And please keep in mind that if the team's logo is glowing, then that means that that is a home game. And if the team's logo is not glowing with any color, then that means it is a road game. But in all honesty, I want to start the season off with the Cardinals. I'm sure that a lot of people don't want to see the Cardinals week 1, but I do, because I want to atone immediately for the tragedy that was a season ago. So that's why I want Arizona week 1. I want the Buccaneers week 2, because in all honesty, I think that game will tell us all we need to know. I want to know how good or bad my football team is, and I want to know it ASAP. Now, the Buccaneers are by no means guaranteed to make the playoffs or anything like that, but I mean, they got Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's got weapons with this football team. So at the very least, I expect the Buccaneers to make the playoffs. That's at the very least, though. I expect them to honestly do a little better than that, but I fully expect Tampa to be a playoff team, so I want them week 2. Then week 3, I got the Falcons. A lot of people have forgotten how good Matt Ryan is, and I guess that's why I decided to slot it in week 3, because the Falcons may or may not be a sleeper. Then I got New Orleans week 4, and honestly, the reason I put these 4 games the way I put them is because I feel like these 4 games will tell us pretty much all we need to know, and they will prepare us for if we should be getting ready for a world of hurt or if we should have hope or not. And then in week 5, I got us going to Green Bay. I mean, it's a perfect spot. I mean, I want to see an angry football team. We lost to them twice a season ago, both by 1 possession and on last-second field goals. And of course, we know one of those losses was in extremely controversial fashion. I want to see an angry football team when we play the Packers in week 5, because it is around the same spot that we played them on Monday night a season ago. Then week 6, we got the Vikings. In all honesty, I didn't really have a better spot for it, I guess. That's pretty much how it is for the next 2 teams as well, with the Titans and Jaguars. I'm pretty much indifferent about when we play them. But with the Jaguars, I guess I have them there because that could be a chance to get a win before heading into the bye week, because that's where I would personally prefer the Lions' bye week to be, would be after week 8. And it's a perfect time for a bye because the Jaguars might be one of the few games the Lions could be favored in this season. I don't even know if they're going to be favored. If I had to make a guess on which games they would or wouldn't be favorites in, it would be the Jaguars. That game should be one of the better opportunities to snatch a win before heading into your bye week. And then coming out of the bye week, I got the Redskins coming into town. You want to feel good heading into the bye week, and then hopefully they can beat the Redskins coming out of the bye week and come out strong in that game. And then I have the Bears right there because it's right before it's starting to get super cold. I think the Bears before December is an ideal spot to play them. It's still probably going to be cold in Chicago, but it's not going to be death, if that makes any sense. Then the following game should be the Thanksgiving game, which generally falls around game 11 or game 12. I liked when the Lions would play an AFC opponent on Thanksgiving. I don't know why. I just do. Divisional matchups are nice too, but I don't know. I just always liked the idea of playing an AFC opponent on Thanksgiving. And that should, in theory, be a great quarterback duel between 2 quarterbacks that Bucky Brooks put on his 5 transcendent quarterbacks list. So that should be exciting. And whether they get the W or not, we'll see. And then the next week I got the Colts. I'm pretty much indifferent about when we play the Colts, honestly. Then I'm pretty indifferent about when we play the Panthers as well. And then the following week, I have it glowing in white this time because I want that game to be a Monday night game. We get the Packers at home on Monday night for a change. We played the Packers in Lambeau Field on Monday night the last 2 times. So, slight change up. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let's just say the Lions and Packers are going toe-to-toe for the NFC North title. I'd rather us lose and know we're not going to win the NFC North title right then and there instead of not knowing until week 17. But also, from a positive standpoint, again, this is all just hypotheticals right now. If the Lions and Packers are going toe-to-toe for the NFC North title and the Lions win that game, then that will probably mean that they will win the NFC North. Because if they can beat the Packers, then they should, in theory, be able to beat the next two teams, or at the very least, split the next two teams. And then I got week 16 being the Vikings in Minnesota. And then to close out the season, I got the Bears. So the reason I laid it out the way I laid it out is because the first 8 games will tell us almost everything we need to know, I think. I have us starting off with 3 home games and 5 away games. That may sound brutal, but that's also kind of the point. I want to know what my team is made of in the first 8 games of the season. Heck, I want to know what my team is made of in the first 4 games of the season. And that's why I have the games that I have. The only exception being Arizona, who could be a sleeper now that they have Hopkins and Murray is getting a second year under his belt. What I tried to do a little bit is make it real tough in the first half of the season and then ease it up just a little bit in the second half of the season. I mean, 3 divisional games to close out is certainly not easy, but I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But what do you guys want the schedule to look like? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.